everyone. Welcome to Mid-Century Wasted. I'm Jamie. For those of you who are new, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for finding me. I search for vintage in thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, anywhere that sells used secondhand things. I am always looking for mid-century stuff. So I have a shopping video, sort of, for you today, as well as a haul, mostly a haul video. If you are a subscriber of my channel and know what's been going on with me lately, we just moved and it's been an ordeal. I'm finally starting to get a little bit more settled now. Things, I mean, there's still a box right here in frame. I'm seeing that right now in the camera. So obviously it's not all together yet, but it's getting better. And I'm starting to go through my hoard, if you will, of vintage things to either resell or stuff that I intended to keep myself and use to decorate with, or part of collections, whatever. A lot of things were like in limbo for a long time, and I'm just now starting to kind of get through it. As promised, in my last video, I said as I was gonna go through the hoard, when I came across an estate sale haul like this, I would do a video for you. So I actually did take some footage when I went to this estate sale. I don't know what I was thinking when I filmed it, because it's not even a video. I don't know. You'll see. I'm going to play it right now, but I didn't even film inside. It's just me in the car talking about going inside, kind of briefly talking about what I got, which I'm going to show you when we come back after this clip.
Shake up a martini, pull up a chair, and let's go thrifting. This is Mid-Century Wasted. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna do this really quick because I'm right outside of an estate sale and I'm running super late. It's like 8:50 and this thing started at 8. I slept through my alarm this morning, so I woke up like an hour and a half later than I wanted to, but that's okay. And then driving here took a million years because I left late and it was rush hour traffic. And so, oh, there's an airplane flying overhead. But it's okay because there wasn't anything in the pictures that I felt like I had to have, you know, not like a starburst lamp or a flamingo lamp or anything like that. And there were no lamps whatsoever that I thought I wanted. So it's okay that I'm running a little bit late. But it seemed like a packed house filled with lots of mid-century stuff. So definitely still worth coming to, even though I'm not one of the first people in line. But that's kind of nice. Then like all the really aggressive people have probably left already and I can just kind of walk through the house and be more relaxed and chill. So, all right, I'm going in. See you later. Okay, so I'm done at that estate sale. I wanted to take video in that one. I think it was pretty casual and I probably could have, but I instantaneously had full arms. I ended up buying $52 worth of ephemera, which is like old magazines and newspapers. Some of them are so old, it is so amazing. I mean, you know, I'm into the mid-century stuff, but when I see something from 1914 or 1915, I forget, I'm like, whoa, that's over 100 years old and it's a piece of paper. How can a piece of paper last that long? And I mean, it's barely hanging on there. I think a strong breeze and that thing is just disintegrating. So I'm gonna have to put it into some sort of protective sleeve. Let's see, let me try to think of what else I got here. The magazines, I think Good Housekeeping or something similar to that. They were all from like the 50s and there's a couple like early 60s in there too. And full color pages with full color ads. They're just so cool. Really cool mid-century like teak wood salt and pepper shakers, like pepper mills, not just shakers, like the grinder pepper mill and the salt to match. A Christmas crochet Afghan. I already forgot everything I got. The sweet thing was I had this pile of papers and the sweet woman who was tallying me up, there was a space moonwalk, space photos, reproductions, you know, obviously some sort of collector memorabilia thing in there, which I'm collecting the space stuff because I'm gonna do a spacewalk 50th anniversary video. It's probably gonna be the first one you see. You're probably seeing this video after that video because I've got like a day to make it and get it up online. It's probably gonna be my first video. That was probably my first video. I'm gonna speak in past tense as if you've already seen it. That was my first video, and you probably watched it. If you didn't, go check it out. It's probably pretty cool. I don't know, I haven't even made it yet. So I had these pictures and a little thing about the space moon landing. Michael Jackson has nothing to do with this video. It's the space, what am I trying to say? It's the moon landing where they walked on the moon. Anyway, there's these photos of it, and she kind of she was adding all this stuff up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's something different, and there was no price on it, and she just like set it on top and like winked at me and then didn't write anything down. I was like, oh, like she's so nice. She's just throwing in some moon landing pictures for me. So that was cool. I'll do a haul video and catch you in the next one.
Wasn't that just riveting stuff right there? That was filmed back in June 2019. It is January 23rd right now as I'm filming this, 2020. So I'm a little behind, just slightly. I was talking about my first video. So I filmed that before this channel even officially launched. I'm gonna get into the swing of things here. There's some growing pains when you start a YouTube channel. So starting in that same vein as talking about my first video, it was, if you haven't watched it, go back. I had some cool stuff in it. I'm not gonna say that was one of my better videos because I was kind of like brand new at doing this, but there's some cool stuff in that one. Now, I mentioned that I got some moon landing. I don't know why I had so much trouble saying moon landing. I was moonwalk, space landing. I don't know. I was all over the place, but I got some moon landing photos that I intended to put in that first video. I was so excited to find those because I knew I was going to be filming my very first video all about moon landing stuff. And then guess what? I didn't even put them in the video. So as I was looking at this stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I had moon landing stuff to show you guys and I didn't. So anyway, there's a little brief like statement about these photos. These are Kodak reproduction prints basically of the moon landing. They're in extremely excellent condition. I don't know how old, well wait, hold that thought. Maybe I do know how old they are because there's a mailing envelope. So this person probably sent away for them. This maybe was something that you could send away to have copies of the moon landing photos for yourself. Rochester, New York. Is there a date? I'm not seeing a date. Remember the date in pictures. Rochester, New York. No, 10 cents. Cost 10 cents to mail this, so maybe that can tell you something. Apparently the Eastman Kodak Company was from Rochester, New York. Who knew? They kept the envelope. That's kind of cool. So we've got moon landing photos, and my husband Blake and I are just like really into this stuff. We have a whole set of NASA patches, which I talked about in that first video. And I've been trying to come up with how to frame them or display them somehow. And now that we have these too, I'll probably frame some of these at least, like definitely this one. I mean, that's like iconic, right? Could frame a couple of them and frame the patches and kind of like display them somewhere. Oh yeah, and this one too. Look at this one. Awesome. Isn't that cool? I'm curious if anybody watching this thinks that is of the belief that the moon landing was faked in like a Hollywood studio. I know that that's like a conspiracy theory out there, so I wonder, like, I'm just curious if anybody watching thinks that. Anyway, so that's item one. Moving on, and I usually say like what stuff costs. I don't know if I'm gonna remember everything because this was, like I said, June. This I know was 50 cents. This is the Calvert Party Encyclopedia, your complete guide to home entertaining. And that Calvert is Calvert Reserve, it says on the back. So I guess it's some kind of alcohol. So this is one of those like kind of recipe books. It's kind of fragile, so I'm not gonna open it too much. But it has mixed drink recipes inside using Calvert Reserve, whatever it is. I don't know. Whiskey. So it's got a bunch of whiskey drinks in here. Not exactly my drink. Oh, here we go. Here's the ad right in the front. Should have looked at that first. But I liked the artwork on the cover. Of course. I mean, this is the type of stuff that I like go crazy for. I'll probably just display this somewhere, maybe in my china hutch behind me. It has some red and pink, so I might incorporate that into like my Valentine's Day display back here. You can see my hutch behind me. I've got like a wintry thing going on right now. I'm about to change it out to Valentine's Day because it's almost February, and I'm realizing I don't have a lot. Like I don't have a lot of Valentine's Pyrex or anything like that. I don't have a lot of pink or even very much red, honestly, because pink Pyrex, I know it's coveted. It's just not my favorite, you guys. Like I like acquiring it for inexpensive prices and then selling it. I'll tell you that, because I've made some good money on some pink Pyrex, but I like the turquoise, obviously. So I'm trying to decide what to do with my hutch for Valentine's Day. I'm thinking I might combine Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day and just leave it in there for like 2 months. This has nothing to do with this haul. I did set this out here and I might as well show it to you now since I'm talking about this. I just got a new piece of Pyrex today, and I got it today. This is not something I've been hoarding for 6 months or however long it's been. Lovely little Pyrex, golden hearts casserole dish. I got this locally for $25. And the funny thing is, I had just been stalking eBay and Etsy to try to find one of these because I've been thinking about my Valentine's Day hutch. And this is one of the only heart pattern Pyrex. And I like that it's not pink. It's in actually better condition than I expected. It's got some scrapes on the other side on the gold. Not even that bad for me, because like if you know me or watch my videos, I have no problem having some kind of like beat up Pyrex. I'm not looking for mint condition, pristine stuff because I like cooking with my Pyrex and, you know, using it. I will make a casserole in this, maybe on Valentine's Day. I don't know, do something nice for my husband and cook something for him for once. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that. That's gonna go in the hutch since we're on the topic. And this will probably go in there too since it's red and pink. Anything like pink and red that I can find right now, it's being saved to go into the hutch. In that same vein, obviously this was $1. It has a price tag on it still. TV trading cards. I Love Lucy. I have probably mentioned before, I think the reason why I'm so obsessed with this era is because from like birth on, I was obsessed with I Love Lucy. So, which I've heard from quite a few people who are into this time period as far as collecting and decorating and stuff. I think I Love Lucy influenced a lot of stuff. I definitely influenced why I love all this kind of stuff. So when I saw these for $1, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get those. I'm gonna try to peel this sticker off, and again, this will go into my hutch. You know, now that I think about it, I have a few other I Love Lucy things that I could put in there for Valentine's Day because it's got the heart on it. Duh, that's what I'll do. Anyway, these cards say 1991 on the back. They cost 95 cents. This original sticker is on there. They're just taped shut, so they have been opened before. So don't hate me that I'm opening them right now. I don't think they're worth, I really don't think they're worth anything because 1991 is when these were made. So let's look at them. I might pull a couple of these cards out and just set them up on something too. So they're actual, they're like trading cards. There's pistol packin' Mertz. Can anybody else like immediately recognize the episodes? Sam Francesca. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. Can you see the guy sitting on the, he's going to visit his friend Sam Francesca, not going to San Francisco. All tied up. These are really funny. They've got like little synopses on the back. Synopses. Blonde Ambition. That's where she dressed up like Marilyn Monroe. Here's the start of my favorite season of I Love Lucy. Season 4, when they went to California. Obviously that was my favorite because they went to Hollywood and I live in Southern California. And the whole like road trip aspect. I always road tripped as a kid. So to me, like the whole road trip episodes, I could do an entire episode talking about I Love Lucy. So I'm gonna stop. Yeah, these are just really really cute. But I'll probably put most of them back into this little sleeve and just display that for Valentine's Day. This was something else. I'm not really going to talk about these really quick, but I bought a bunch of photos. I don't know that I really looked at them closely. I'm going to put these probably on Lost Photos Found once I get that channel going. This kind of stuff just is awesome to me. And there's lots of writing on the back, which is the key thing I look for when I'm getting vintage photos, because my other channel, which has not started yet, Lost Photos Found, my goal is to kind of like research these photos and see if I can find living family members of these people. This one though, I do want to show here because I don't think I even like looked at these closely. This one, it says on the back, one side of new Californian hotel opened up about a week before the quake. And I don't know what quake we're talking about here, obviously an earthquake, but look, the building has fallen down, basically. The whole side of the building just fell off in an earthquake. And so living in California and growing up in California, of course, this fascinates me. And I'm gonna have to look up and find out what earthquake that was, where like the whole side of a hotel, like a brand new hotel, just fell over. Glad that they've kind of fixed up the building since then. And the photos I think were like $1 each. Now let's move on to, oh, well here, I'll show this real quick. A box of Crayola crayons in the old tin. This is from the 90s, I'm sure. Yeah, 1995. Yep. I figured this was from the 90s because I swear I just recognize this from my own childhood. I probably had this exact tin of crayons. I literally bought this for my children. They're very much into crayons and coloring right now, and the crayons are brand spanking new inside. So it was $1.50 if you couldn't tell from the sticker on the front there. I got a couple pieces of fabric. This one is tiny. It's just a scrap, but I don't know. I just can't pass up like 50s cowboys and Indians kind of stuff. But there's an Indian, a horse, fire cookout, money bags, guns, I mean, cowboy boots, cowboy hats, cacti, wagon wheel, and horseshoes, a steer. This is cool. This is a cool little piece of fabric. I mean, I guess somebody could make one side of a pillow with it. I don't know what else you would do with it. I thought it was neat, and it's in good shape, and it's really vibrant and bold too. Like the colors are really, really vibrant on it still. So I got that. Lord only knows what I paid for that. I have no idea. Hopefully not too much. Here is another piece of fabric. This one's much larger, and it still has the original tag on it. Desley Thorpe. This was $3. It has a $3 tag on it. Something Division, J.H. Thorpe and Co. Incorporated, New York. Pattern is called Avondale, I think. Let's see that little tag right there. So that's cool, and it says 3 yards at $3.49 a yard. That was probably a lot. Seems like a lot. And it's like kind of like a poinsettia, Christmassy pattern. Green and red, Christmassy pattern. And it's in great shape, and it's, I don't know what kind of fabric this is. It feels kind of fancy. That's all I can say about that. I'm not an expert on textiles and linens and things like that. It is something that I am definitely trying to learn more about. Could it be silk? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. But it's kind of shiny. Can you see like the shimmer, the sheen? It's got a sheen to it, and it's kind of slick. Okay, I got this beautiful Christmas crocheted Afghan. I am just a sucker for these. I love Afghans. This one being Christmassy, I think it's fantastic. It's in great shape. I did wash it already, and I had it out at Christmas time, and it looked great. I will probably list it to sell it around next Christmas. I just didn't get to it this year. I didn't get to anything this year really because we had just moved. Next year, I'm gonna have a lot of Christmas stuff for sale. And I should have had it for sale this year, but again, we moved. Okay, everything that remains is ephemera.
There was one more thing that I forgot to show in this video. I had actually sold this. I meant to show a picture of it in the haul, but I had just mailed it that morning. So here are the salt and pepper mills that I talked about in the car, in the shopping video. These just sold. I don't remember exactly what they sold for. I know I paid $5 for the pair, and it sold for around 20 something. And I know that net, after my fees and everything included, I net about $18 profit on these salt and pepper mills.
That was the bulk of what I bought, was ephemera. And I do really, really, really love old magazines. And I got a couple newspapers too. These are newspapers, technically, I suppose. The Independent Press Telegram, I believe that's a Long Beach, California newspaper. This was in Bixby Knolls, which is adjacent to Long Beach. So these are from the newspaper. These were in the Sunday paper. Yeah, they all say Sunday on them. So these are annual cookbooks. These are like thick. These are many pages. And this one is Sunday, September 4th, 1955. Check out the artwork on the cover of this insert. So this was like one of those special edition things in the Sunday paper. It's filled with recipes. I bought these because of the artwork on the front. I don't know how I'm going to display these yet, or if I'm going to sell them. I would have to look up the value of them to see if there's some sort of astronomical value to them. I doubt it, because they're just old newspapers. Oh, look at the ads on the back too. Look at that ad. I love, 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 love. This one is 1960. They're all on September 4th too, I think. Yeah, they are. There's 1960. Oh, this one's cool. It's got pictures of the people who sent in the recipes. Isn't that great? Look at that ad in the corner. You know me, I just like love this kind of stuff. And then this one is the 12th Annual Cookbook, 1966. And the artwork on this one's pretty exceptional too. And now we're into like the avocado green color, which is just everything. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, the very first one I open up to. Check out that beehive. Wow. Oh my gosh, and then look at the back. Look at the stove that's being advertised on the back. Avocado green stoves. O'Keefe and Merritt. And these are in very decent, very, very decent condition. I'll show you the newspapers next. Now this one I have confirmed is a reprint, but it is the Bombing of Pearl Harbor Honolulu Star Bulletin paper. In case you come across these, if you're a thrifter or a picker, I just did a quick search on how to identify if this was like a valuable thing or not. And essentially you can tell right away because there's a smudge right here. There's a big smudge in the word war between the letters on the first print of the newspaper. So that's like how you can know quick if you see one of these, and then not so quick if you forget that. You know, this says first extra on the cover, but then the third page says second extra and then third extra. So basically they took all of the extras and reprinted them together in one bundle in the reprint. Now this is still old. Does it have a lot of value? I looked on eBay. No, it doesn't. $10 maybe. I thought it was kind of cool at the time, so I bought it on a whim just to see, like, because I found the first print of that Bombing of Pearl Harbor from the Honolulu paper. It's worth a gazillion dollars. Not a gazillion, it's worth like $1,000. It's worth a lot of money. This one is crumbling and falling apart completely, so I don't even hardly want to show it to you, but Great War Ended. So this is referring to World War I. This was printed November 11th, 1918, and this is a Cleveland Plain Dealer, Cleveland newspaper. As you can see, somebody used it as a drop cloth to paint on. Why? Why must people ruin cool things? This is the 7 o'clock extra edition of this newspaper, and I have not really opened it because it's so crumbly and fragile and falling apart. And there's no reason to think that this is a reprint because this is not like a famous city there's no important reason why this one would be reprinted a bunch of times, is what I'm saying. Now, I have looked on eBay to see if anybody else has sold things around that age or on the same topic from the same date. And there have been some newspapers that have sold in the $50, $60, $70, $90 range, like, you know, in their places. But this one's in such bad shape, I can't imagine really like getting more than $20 or $30 for it. If that, I don't know. We'll see. All right, last up are a bunch of magazine type things. This is actually this is a program. This is from the Hollywood Bowl, which is a very famous music venue here in Hollywood in Southern California. This was from September 8th through 12th, 1950. And this is the program from a show that they had there called The California Story. Now, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was about a magnificent pageant spectacle of history. Okay, that's what it was. It's a pageant dash spectacle. It was commemorating California's centennial of being a state. So California became a state in 1850, and this was 1950. So it's all about California, which I'm always drawn to this kind of stuff. This program is actually quite cool. I glanced through it, and it's whatever this was the history of California. Oh, here's the synopsis of scenes. Oh, narrated by Lionel Barrymore. Oh, how funny. I've got some Lionel Barrymore etchings for sale in my Etsy shop right now. I wonder if anybody famous was in it. Any names that I recognize? Radio actors, dancers, actors. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up some of these people. 1950. I'm not gonna know these names. Spanish dancers. Oh, that's cool. This was probably a cool show. They should bring this back. They should do a revival of this, whatever this was. Here's some of the artwork on the inside of this. It's got a lot of historic photos, like California photos on the inside. California history photos. So I'll look up the value of this if it's possible, if there's another one out there somewhere. But if it's not worth much, that's just like a nice piece of ephemera to display. Okay, so these two are food service magazine. And I don't really know why I bought these, to be perfectly honest with you. October and November 1963. So that in itself is just cool. The cover of this one's pretty cool. I like that, I don't know, Mad Men kind of style. The pictures in here are quality, the ads are quality, and it's like directed towards the food service industry. So there's a lot of food ads. Look at this Canada Dry dispenser ad in the back. Oh God, what is this? Liven up your menus with kitchen-ready sour cream sauce and cheese sauce mixes. All right, ready for this gross picture? Doesn't that look appetizing? Oh, you know what? I think I remember now what I saw in these magazines that made it interesting to me and why I wanted to buy them. It had tips on how to serve food, like aesthetically, to make it aesthetically pleasing. Like here's showing how to do like an open-faced sandwich. So it actually had like chef techniques for the food service industry from 1963. So that is kind of historically, culturally interesting to me. Okay, so that's those. I have a couple Post, a couple Newsweek, and then a bunch of Family Circle and Good Housekeeping. I'm just gonna show a couple because this can just go on forever. But here's an old Family Circle, August 1955, and then look right on the back there. There's a Lucky Strike ad. Full page color, back cover, prime placement, just the graphics inside of these. Again, the cartoony drawings, the advertisements themselves. Ooh, here's a laundry ad. Okay, so I've been meaning to go through these because I just decorated my laundry room. And I've been thinking, tell me what you think about this. I need opinions on this. Old magazines, if you're selling them, which essentially 50% my goal is to sell things and make money. 50% of it is to just hoard it. Vintage magazines, do you believe in cutting them apart? Cutting and displaying or selling just the ads or just the articles, the pictures out of it, essentially. Like, look at this. Isn't that cool? I was thinking of looking through these and trying to find laundry ads and framing them and hanging them up in my laundry room. But then the other side of me is like, I don't want to cut up the magazines, you know? So I'm interested to know your opinion, because I've seen both things for sale before. I have seen entire intact magazines for sale. I have seen cut out framed ads for sale. I personally would love to frame some ads. I suppose I could just scan it though and leave the magazine intact, which is probably what I'll end up doing for myself, because it's just for my own laundry room. I don't care. That's a pretty good one. I do like this one. She's very Betty Draper, you know? Is she not? Look at that. What a good housewife she is. I'll show you some more covers. This one's November 1958. You could see like displaying this in the fall. This one's coming apart on the cover, and like the spine is totally jacked up. It's Mars, like candy ad on the back. I like that one. I've never seen something like that before. So maybe on the ones that are like really in bad condition overall, maybe I'll cut those ones apart, because they wouldn't have any resale value anyway with like the cover all ripped up and stuff. Oh, now see, this is something that really excites me. I went to school. I got an edumacation. I really did. I have a degree in interior architecture. When I win the lottery, I will design my own dream house and build it from scratch. I always wanted to do it based on the really insane mid-century modern houses. So, and I know you can find old floor plans and stuff, but this is really cool. I'm gonna have to check this one out too. This one, oh, it's falling apart so bad. So this is called Fun Riot. It appears to be a comic, like a newsprint comic. I don't know, is it naughty? Is it military? Is this for the troops? Sir, one private absent. This may have been a troops thing. I'm not sure. But I mean, here, I'll just flip to this one right here. Like maybe like naughty comics or something. They seem to be just like single panel, like all in itself comics. It's not like a whole story throughout the whole book. There's like individual, each panel is its own individual little like joke or quip or something. And yeah, and it's all kind of like a little bit, there's a lot of naughty in here maybe, I don't know. And it was war era, I remember that, I saw this. But I mean, it is just like literally falling apart in my hands. Oh yeah, 1943, The Pleasure Primer, a rare collection of intimate entertainment, a guide to fun and revelry, a primer for hale and hearty living, uncensored, fun and revelry, from the world's most titillating tales of love. I gotta find a copy of that. More family circles, February 1957, September 1956. That one falling apart. So see this one, easy choice, right? On this one, just take it apart. Oh darn, there was a Coke ad. It's all chewed up. June 1954 is this one with the cover missing. July 1952. Here's a Good Housekeeping. Now these are like encyclopedias. These are massive. September 1952. I'm literally gonna sit down and like read this whole thing. Look at this. This kid's snow clothing. Like Christmas Story. I would love to find some Pyrex ads in these. If I find Pyrex ads, I'm just cutting them out. I just am. I'm sorry. Oh, here's some recipes. Quick and easy casseroles. Cool graphics on that one. Deviled hash. Quick bacon noodle casserole. Tuna cashew casserole. Chicken livers with rice. Frankfurter supper quickie. Madison fish bake. Honestly, some of these sound pretty good. I'm not gonna diss these ones too harshly. Oh, furniture ads. That's cool. This is an article about decorating. Yeah, of course, it's Good Housekeeping. Fashion, decor. All right, here's another family circle. This is September 1955 with an adorable baby on the cover, really, truly. That's very cute. I could see myself not taking this one apart just because it's like in really good shape. And that cover is pretty cute. You could see somebody even putting that in a nursery maybe. Okay, see, like this one has a big like water stain on the front. You can kind of see like the water ring on it. This is August 1952. So this one, like, I would have no qualms of like slicing it up. Ooh, yeah, see, look, it soaked all the way through like the first 20 or 30 pages here. Yeah, this one's essentially wrecked. Oh, here's the cover to June 1954. That's just the cover. That's cute though with the ice cream cone. Here's July 1956. This is another cute cover. Oh, that would be cute to display. That would be cute to set out at Valentine's Day because they're sharing a milkshake. Isn't that cute? Sugar honeygrams. Oh, how cute is this illustration? Look at that. That's darling. Colored toilet paper ad. These are just so fun to flip through. So here's another floor plan for an awesome mid-century modern house. Look at that. Tucson, Arizona is where this one was at. That's cool. If I could design a dream kitchen, it would greatly resemble this. Turquoise, everything. You know I love turquoise. Look at how well that goes with everything that's in there. Okay, and see, this one got drawn all over. Somebody used it for some mathematics. November 1952. Darn it, that's the month and year that my mom was born. That's too bad. Could have given this to her on her birthday. It's not in like good enough shape. All right, since this one's messed up anyway, I'm probably gonna cut this out and put this in my laundry room. You see that? It goes stairs all the way up. If you watch my other channel, my vlog channel, I have like a whole series on me ranting about my laundry situation at our old apartment, and specifically about having to go up and down a lot of stairs outside to get to my laundry. So that's hilarious and that's perfect. Oh, here's another one. This is cute. See, this is what I had in mind when I said I wanted to find a laundry ad to hang up in my laundry room. See how cute that is? See, here's another. I'm just finding all the laundry ads now. Here's some washing soap ads. Hey, look, a movie ad. I didn't know there was movie ads in here. 20th Century Fox. Gregory Peck, Susan Hayward, and Ava Gardner in Ernest Hemingway's The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Check that out. They were advertising a movie in this magazine. I didn't know they did that. Oh, this one I thought was really funny. I bought this literally just for the cat on the front. I don't know, people who collect Siamese cat things from the 50s. But mostly this one, I thought the cover captured me. Oh, and then we get a gross Jello ad alert. And I love how like almost all of these have cigarette ads on the back. You don't see that anymore. Okay, couple more. Here's two Newsweeks, July 23rd, 1945 and September 17th, 1945, and they're war related. Here's one with Stalin. Stalin, he had the big 3 keys to peace. And then again, a nice cigarette ad on the back. And this one, that's got a cool cover on it. Post, March 30th, 1946. That's a cool cover on that one. And here's a nice Coke ad on the back. Relax with the pause that refreshes. Okay. Hey, this summer and fall, vacations again in Southern California. It's an ad about vacationing in California. Extremely cool to me, of course. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that artwork. Car ads, candy ad, Del Monte ad, racially insensitive Aunt Jemima ad. And then last but not least, August 1st, 1942, Specialists in Sudden Death, the Fighting Marines in full color. Talking all about the Marines. There's some good ads in here. This is, you know, the height of war here. So a lot of like war era ads. These are just really incredible artwork, honestly. Very captivating to look at. Oh, this would be a good ad for to display at Valentine's Day too. Check this one out. It's a Whitman's chocolates advertisement. And it's got a whole like little story, a little comic line story in it. That's a good one. That's cute. That is it for this haul. Not anything like crazy spectacular, but some fun stuff still worth talking about, worth showing you, especially if you like magazines like I do. So please comment down below my little question about whether you would chop up these magazines or try to keep them intact, displaying or for reselling, because I'm curious about what other people do. I think kind of deciding as I talked myself through this that the ones where the cover's falling off and they're generally just destroyed anyway, I might as well find the coolest stuff out of it and slice them out and either frame them or sell them like that. But the ones that are intact, what would you do? Just keep them intact? What if there's a really cool Pyrex ad inside one of them? Would you cut it out? All right, there's a couple really good videos coming next that blew my mind when I found this stuff. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so that you know when I posted a new video, new content, more content, well, new old content because it's all from like last summer, but new content coming soon. So thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.